back my delinquents. Today, as Maid Del, not police officer Del, we're going to be watching episode 4 of Frieren. I'm back, I'm alive, I'm no longer sick, my earaches are gone, thank everything. Let's do this, let's get into this episode, and you know the rules, and so do I. Like, subscribe, it helps with the algorithm, all that stuff, or check out the Patreon if you want to see the uncensored version of this, and all the other episodes and collections and whatnot. Let's get into it.
Things wash up on our shore.
Huh, weeb.
In the old days, the entire village used to pitch in and help clean up.
But now you lack the manpower to accomplish such a feat.
These waters were beautiful once, as clear as crystal.
Yes, I know.
Just randomly muted, of course.
Would you be willing to accept this
She's about to go on a back of my day, old man.
as payment?
I saw these with water
It's
and
a
it was
book
beautiful.
written by the legendary mage Flamma.
Mistress Frieren.
Is this the only grimoire the village has?
Yes.
It shall do. We'll restore your coast to its former glory.
I realize my hot eyes.
What are you doing?
I love how she's already so much taller than
Look,
her.
is a fake.
So, you've been studying like I told you to. Good girl, Fern. Texts attributed to Flamma aren't real. This is yet another poor imitation.
Then why did you accept the job?
Because that man clearly needed our help.
That must not be your only reason.
You're right. I'm doing this for me.
He wants to see the beautiful ocean again.
Sounds like we have another long stay ahead of us.
No, and it snows. That's gonna make the job so much harder. Could freeze the lake.
Always a joy to see my best customer. I threw in something extra just for you.
Thank you, ma'am.
A gift for 3 months of loyalty. Have you gotten used to our village yet?
I have.
The shore gets awfully cold this time of year. You girls be careful.
3 months cleaning up boats. You think it'd be a bit easier?
It's winter already? She's still asleep. And this place is a mess. I tidied it up only yesterday. It's morning time! You need to wake up! There's work to do!
No, the cold.
The shore isn't going to clean itself.
I wonder if these tasks just took, like, substantially longer before Fern, and she just didn't really notice because she's an elf, so time doesn't matter as much, but, like, it seems like she constantly needs to be goaded out to do her jobs. What the hell? I had to fix it. Damn internet. We're back.
Chilly.
Something occurred to me.
What's that?
I wonder if you might actually be a rather irresponsible sort of person. I wake you up at a reasonable hour every morning, then get you dressed and feed you. You do know that I am not your mother, don't you?
I'm capable of doing all that myself.
No doubt, but you wouldn't be on your feet till noon.
Fair.
I'm not worried about it. I've already given up hope.
I apologize.
How did you ever manage traveling with the heroes' party? I can't imagine they would be willing to brush your hair.
I overslept all the time back then.
And you never got in trouble for it?
I did, actually, but just the once.
Only once. They must have been uniquely patient people.
They were unique, certainly. Though Heiter did often click his tongue in disapproval. Sorry.
Watch it.
I understand, friend, but calm down.
Oh my, he gave you the tongue clicker.
That's too much for the young lady. No.
Rage.
the big cleanup coming along.
Smart to burn it or do something with it, just because like you don't want it just getting pushed straight back into the ocean.
I would say that we're about 2/3 of the way there.
Do you think it'll be ready by the New Year's festival?
Barely, but yes.
In that case, I sincerely hope you'll be able to join us in watching the sunrise this time, a sight to behold.
So this whole cleanup operation is related to the New Year's festival?
In this village, it's customary to welcome the new year by watching the sunrise. It's something about the way the light reflects off the clear water.
And she missed it, I bet.
They say that it's quite beautiful.
You mean you've never gotten to see it before?
You think that I could wake up that early?
That does seem unlikely.
Let's try to hurry.
You fool, if you can't get up that early, you just stay up extra late.
We don't have much time.
Dead pirates? Quite the adventure.
The water quality is looking great.
Our work is done with a whole night to spare.
It hardly looks like the same beach.
Thank
There was a beach.
you for all your hard
My
work,
bad.
Miss
I didn't hear
Frieren.
that part.
Tomorrow, you'll be joining us for the festival, right?
Right.
We're excited to have you.
Have you lost your mind? That's so early. There's no way you'll be able to wake up in time. It would be impossible.
Not if I simply don't sleep.
You're that intent
I knew it.
on seeing the sunrise?
To be honest, I couldn't care less. That's the reason I'd like to see it.
I don't understand.
Neither do I.
You didn't come to the New Year's festival with us. Why not? You broke poor Heiter's heart. Now he's bedridden. What a sensitive soul.
Oh, look at him crying.
The only thing he's sensitive to are the effects of his drink.
The rest of you got to go, so what's the issue?
You should have been there too. We wanted you to enjoy it.
It was merely a sunrise. I doubt it would have brought me any joy.
You're wrong there. You would have loved it.
Why's that?
Because you're just that kind of person.
She's asleep.
Oh
She's
no.
asleep! Mistress Frieren! You have to wake up, or else you'll be late to the festival!
Mama.
Who do you think you're calling Mama, young lady?
What do you think you're calling Mama, young lady? Wait a minute.
Am I doing this again?
Aw. For me, Fern. Thank you.
Some people
It's
just
certainly
some people just can't help mothering. It's in their nature.
pretty. But I wouldn't say it's worth waking up early for. Maybe Himmel didn't know what kind of person I was after all. I'm
Wait
off.
for it.
I need to go back to...
Look at it, mistress. It's so beautiful.
Oh, is it? It's just a sunrise.
Don't act tough to me. I can tell you're happy.
Maybe so. But only because you're smiling.
And it clicked. She would have enjoyed it because they were happy
I wouldn't have
together.
been able to see this sunrise if I'd been on my own.
Absolutely not. If I weren't here, you'd still be snuggled up in bed.
The land where souls rest.
Are these for your family? It happened a long time ago. Demons attacked my village and showed no mercy. What are you doing?
Praying, of course.
Damn demons.
We return to nothing when we die.
I like to think we go to heaven.
Until several thousand years ago, people largely accepted that nothing comes after. But I know the dwarves value tradition. I myself am skeptical about the idea of a heaven. Magic can't observe the souls of the dead, so an afterlife cannot be outright proven. Though it cannot be disproven either.
I, for one, don't think it matters
No ghosts. That means there's no ghosts, right? What?
either way.
I agree. In the grand scheme of things, I can't say how much it truly matters.
Careful now, O corrupt one. Not very priestly.
You're right. But even if a heaven doesn't exist, I very much believe that it should.
If a priest went along with a demon, like, a mission to stop the demon lord, shouldn't he have some sort of power than, you know, just drinking and praying? So he has to have some sort of religious power. So where does it come from? Do we actually get to see him do anything? I'm more intrigued as we go along by the priest mechanics in this.
What's that?
I feel it's more convenient that way. Those that kept living despite life's hardships deserve more than just oblivion. Picture the alternative. A heavenly realm where souls can live in luxury. It's a nice thought.
Good point. That is more convenient. Let's pray.
Let's.
I was expecting some sort of Viking tie-in with that helmet, but it makes sense. Dwarves are usually pretty practical. After the death of Himmel the hero. Aww. They're running into each other.
Hello there. I thought I'd drop by.
You act as if it hasn't been 30 years.
So, not very long at all, then.
I suppose not. I never thought you would take on an apprentice.
Eisen,
He's getting a little old. Eisen. Uh-oh, Bleach has traumatized me. I'm watching you,
I need to
Eisen.
see if there's anything I can help you with.
Can you hear his name?
I'm
properly? I
not
didn't
done
realize.
here yet. I heard you paid a visit to Hyder before he passed away, and asked him the same thing.
How do you know about that?
Hyder and I rode often.
You're much friendlier than you appear.
Or perhaps you're not friendly enough.
Well, tell me, is there anything we could do?
That is honestly the understatement of a century, that she's not friendly enough.
Full basin. This takes me back.
So you've been here before?
Long ago.
Long ago, she says. How long must that be?
Probably in prehistoric times.
Not even I have lived that long. Explain. What are we looking for?
The notes of Flamma, the legendary mage.
If you insist.
I am curious if she's regarded old or young in elf years, or at some point does it just stop mattering?
But you know most of our supposed writings are fake.
Not this one. I have a lead from Hyder. He deduced the location from records on Flamma, left in the Holy City. Her genuine notes are located somewhere in Full Basin. Think back, Frieren. You must remember that.
His research was in-depth, quite driven for a corrupt priest. Let's begin. We can start by looking for a giant tree.
A giant tree? That's ridiculous. We're in a forest full of them. Well, I suppose you do have all the time in the world.
That I do. But Fern doesn't like when I work leisurely, so I'll try to be quick.
Let's search as efficiently as possible.
You've changed. You never cared about other people's time before.
That's all Fern. She's scary when she's mad.
She's a forceful woman, but also I guess maybe it's a bit different when you see like someone grow from a small child. She's like a little bit more aware of time.
I'll watch myself.
So strong. leisurely fly.
Mistress Frieren! I spotted a large tree growing over some ruins to the west of here. This way.
Meet you there. Eisen, I understand wanting those notes, but why now?
Because I felt sorry for you.
Huh?
Not just you, I suppose.
Ooh.
I felt sorry for Himmel, too. 30 years ago, at his funeral, you said that you wished you would have gotten to know him better. In my humble opinion, you should tell that to Himmel himself. According to legend, Flamma's notes discuss her conversations with the dead.
Ofty. Oh.
How she achieved those meetings.
Nothing more than a fairy tale. And such dialogue with Himmel is far from my mind.
You know more than most that all magic started as fairy tales. And don't you want to learn more about your lost friend? That's why I brought this up to Hyter. It was evident that you had regrets. We wanted to help you through them.
30 years trying to help her almost. Hoping to get her through some of her regrets. Aww.
A barrier. And a powerful one. It's protecting both the tree and the ruins.
It's been over 1,000 years now. And here I am dancing in the palm of my master's hand. How is that going to keep watch?
Oh, don't sell it short. This little sapling will grow. In 1,000 years, it'll still be protecting this place.
Probably so, but you'll be dead by then.
Well, sure, but you won't be. Someday down the line, you're going to make a horrid mistake, and you'll wish you had gotten to know the people around you.
Are you asking I get to know you? How needy.
Yeah, not quite. All that I'm saying is when the inevitable happens, return to this place. And I, the legendary mage Flamma, will be here to help.
Oh, it was her master. It's interesting she had her master was a woman, like a human.
So those are Flamma's notes? And we're certain they're real?
They are.
How can you be so sure?
Frieren was Flamma's best student.
Flamma, the hero from my textbook? Are you telling me that Frieren used to be your student? And we're positive that she doesn't predate history?
Does it say anything about speaking with the dead?
It was already open to that very page. So she knew 1,000 years ago that I would come back here someday. What an unpleasant woman. On the very northernmost end of the continent,
I arrived at the place the people of this world call heaven. I now know it as Reailty, the land where souls rest. Many spirits have gathered there. I spoke with friends whom I once fought alongside. It was the discovery of a lifetime, and will hopefully propel the research on souls forward.
And no one ever went forward with the research. Sad.
Think any of that is true?
Who can say? She was rather irresponsible.
Heaven exists. It's more convenient if it does.
You're right. I should try believing for a change.
Do you have any idea exactly where this place might be?
Let me ponder. If it's in the north... Enda.
But that's where...
That's correct. It is now home to the Demon King's castle.
Why would it be in such a place?
Frieren, you must go to Reailty and speak with Himmel.
So the Demon Lord castle that she's already killed, so could have like random demons in it? Or I wonder if it's abandoned or not. Or there's a new dude.
You said you would help me, did you not?
You've picked up a few tricks. Where?
I think we both know the answer to that.
I'll do it then. We needed a destination. Though I hate to think I'll be passing through the tundra around the Demon King's castle. Maybe I don't want to go.
This is going to be an uphill battle. She's already dead asleep.
As carefree as ever.
Too cold. I don't want to freeze out there.
Sleep whining. Is it really that frigid around the Demon King's castle?
Conquering Indus terrain is no small feat. It's at the northernmost end of the continent. We braved much more than the cold in that place.
I'm sure.
I love in every fantasy world, the north is always an icy hello.
It feels a little too quiet. I think she's napped for long enough. Nap time's over. Rise and shine. Well, I tried.
Say, Fern, is that elf a good teacher to you?
That's a fair question. I don't know the answer. She just drags me around on her aimless search
I find it so funny. That elf is that elf.
for new spells. I'm always at her mercy. That said, her interest in getting to know Himmel and the rest of your party has given her some direction. When it comes to me, I find that she is significantly less interested. The reason she took me on in the first place was because Master Heiter asked her to.
I see.
But, well, she does care in her own way. Whenever my birthday comes around, she picks out some sort of present for me. She usually seems indifferent to my presents. I'm curious what goes through her mind. She's a mystery.
I guess that makes sense when she's aware of the birthday and, like, she's a bit more of aware of her time then.
Frieren, you won't be staying in the royal capital?
I'm going to keep traveling.
All by yourself?
It's easier that way.
You're not going to take on an apprentice. A journey is better with someone to talk to.
I fear it would be a waste of time. No matter how much I teach them, they'll surely die.
How cheery. That's not how relationships work.
That's how they work for me. Just consider our adventure. It's taken up less than 1/100th of my life. You should understand, Eisen.
That's enough. No time for such
I guess he doesn't really live as long as her, but still. I guess passing on information's important.
depressing talk. Today is a day for celebration and glee. Let us toast!
It sounds like somebody wants an excuse to drink more.
Was the veil so thin?
The veil was transparent.
The corrupt priest strikes again.
Fern, that elf is a great teacher.
You're right.
You're really not coming with us?
Correct. It's as I told you before. I would only get in your way.
All right.
You remember the path to Ender, don't you?
Yes. We'll go through the villa region. Then we'll cross Regal Canyon and find the Northern Lands
It's getting
checkpoint.
too old. Too old.
Forgive me. You have a long journey ahead. It took the four of us 10 years.
I see. So we'll be following the same route you took to the Demon King's castle.
God,
on
I'm
your
gonna be so
first journey.
old when we're done.
That we will. Another brief 10-year adventure.
And you alright?
Such a brief adventure. So brief. Barely any time at all. Another nice episode. I'm interested to see where this is going. Seeing we've got like 20 more to go. And we're closing up to, hopefully, now that I'm better, we can get close to the 1,000 subs and start daily uploads. So don't forget to subscribe, guys. But I'm going to go edit this scene. It dropped out the internet halfway through, so I have to cut a couple things out. Mainly me going, what the fuck? But I'll see you next time, my delinquents. Bye-bye.
Weeb.